Well, we've got exciting news for you guys today. We mentioned it a week ago, but we are going to have a public service this Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, not doing that yet.
Can't do that yet.
So we've got some announcements to make, and it feels weird for me to have to speak about scientific things. I'm not a scientist. Jake, are you a scientist?
Technically no, but every time I go hunting and fishing, I turn into one real quick.
I might be a scientist too. So, but on COVID-19, we are not. We've been trying to read and listen to what the experts have been saying. They seem to constantly be changing their mind. One week they're telling us to do this, one week they're telling us to do that. And so it's our opinion that we stay fluid, and so that we are having a service this Sunday, barring a huge spike in local numbers. But that doesn't mean in a month that we will for sure be having services. We will be playing this week by week.
Yeah, basically we'll just be continuing to monitor the situation as we have been. At some point, we hope we don't need to, but like Joe said, if there's a spike in cases again, local here, we might have to go back to our online services for hopefully a short time. But until then, no high fives at church.
Proverbs 16:9 says, "The heart of man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps." And so everybody who seems like they're making plans right now, it just ends up sounding silly. And so we're going to do the best we can week by week. We've got 11 points here. Some of them might be cut by the time that you get your written copy of this. We've got a professional editor, Ben Johnson, will be editing this, and he had some suggestions. And so it's going to be like Ben's with us, even though Ben isn't in this video.
Yeah. So thankfully you can't see the commas we have to take out, the spots that need to be capitalized. Thanks, Ben.
I'm not gifted in written communication, so
I'm not gifted in any communication.
You've probably seen that in your text announcements.
In my announcements.
All right. Just because we were having a public service doesn't mean that you attending, that you are not having some risks. There is some risk when you go to the grocery store. There's some risk when we drive to a church service in the wintertime when it's a little bit icy out. And there is some risk in attending a church service, and we're not denying this. Us having a public service doesn't mean that there is no risk, and so we're asking you to weigh that, and you make a decision. We are not requiring that anybody come. You can worship with us from home, online, and if you are really concerned, that'd probably be best. So, and actually, your staying home will help us stay below the 50-person guideline. So if you're really nervous about it, stay home. There is some risk, and depending on which experts you listen to, that varies. And like we said, we're not scientists.
Yeah, so basically, if you're in one of the high-risk categories and you don't feel comfortable coming, just stay home. We're okay with that. We will be having our live service Sunday, which will be a thing. Basically, from here on out, we'll be doing a live or streaming service for you to view either live or check out YouTube later if you want to watch it again. So,
and if you do come, it is likely that an escaped toddler or young child might run off and hug your leg. If that thought terrifies you, it'd probably be better you stayed home, because we are outnumbered in many families at Grace Bible Church. And so that is a possibility. And so we have expert germ spreaders, and we are going to do our best to do every sanitary thing we can, but that is certainly a possibility. Could happen if you attend this Sunday.
Yeah, it is likely it will happen actually. So we've got some hand sanitizer available. If you want to bring your own, that'd be great too.
Yeah, we have actually only got one little bottle of hand sanitizer. So if you have more hand sanitizer and you'd be willing to donate it to the church, we would really welcome that donation. So we are low on hand sanitizer. We have some. We have soap in the bathrooms.
Yep. I mean, we're taking the necessary precautions. You know, the church will be clean. As far as that goes, Sunday morning, you know, it hasn't had 5 or 6 weeks now, germs being built up. So we'll be clean, but just keep in mind that we can't stop everything, especially kids running around. And nor do we really want to stop kids from running around.
For sure.
So.
Third point, please, if you have any symptom, stay home. So if anybody in your family has a symptom, it would be wise if your family stayed at home. And so we don't want to be a cause of the spread, so please abide by that. Take it outside. After the service, I'm going to be so excited to see many of you. I haven't seen you. I'm excited to get together. Our conversations after the service, if we could slowly make our way outside to have our conversations. You know, if a handful of families stayed in the service, but spread out, okay? We don't want to pack into the hallway or anything like that after the service. So take it outside to catch up with your brothers and sisters in Christ.
Yeah, we want to try to keep with, some of the guidelines, 6-foot social distancing. So yeah, that's kind of why we're asking some of this stuff, is just so we can, try to stay safe and prevent the spread. So
for sure, we will be having our service. I mentioned this earlier, but our service will be live online. And so if you have any concerns and are afraid to come, stay at home, worship from where you're at, and do not, we hope that none of you feel any pressure that you have to come at this point in time.
Yeah, we'll be doing, like Joe said, our online. We'll have probably our Facebook Live service there, and it'll be on YouTube, which the link will be on our website, gracewatertown.org. So yeah, that's where you can find those online services.
We won't be having a hospitality table. We won't be offering coffee. And so just so you're aware that that's going to be something that we're going to cut for a while. Again, wash your hands often. If you're in a service, and a rogue cough comes upon you, which is possible. So if somebody accidentally coughs, they can come out of nowhere. Don't turn and give them the evil eye and act like they're trying to kill your grandma. These rogue coughs, you might have a water bottle with you and take a drink, you swallow around like I used to do on every first date and start coughing. That's possible. Cough into your elbow.
How many first dates have you had?
Not many. Not many.
So basically, your rogue coughs shouldn't be many either. I'm joking.
We will not be offering nursery until further notice.
Yeah. So with that said, if you need some duct tape for your kids, we won't be offering that either, so you'll have to bring your own with your hand sanitizer.
Oh man, I think he's joking.
Not gonna say.
Try to sit with your own family or your own family grouping, and try to leave space between families the best we can. We don't have a really large sanctuary here, so but do the best we can with that to try to spread out sitting with your families. Please try to remember not to shake hands. This is very hard for me. I accidentally shook a guy's hand a couple days ago. It was glorious. I hand sanitized right afterwards, but we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best to try to remember to not shake hands.
Here, we could do elbow bumps.
That's where I cough.
Oh. Do with the other elbow.
Bible studies, we're shooting at starting those around May 20th. So we're excited to get back into that. There'll be more announcements about that coming.
Yep.
Lastly, and I mentioned this several times, it's possible that next week we'll be back online and not having a public service, or a month from now, or 3 months from now. I think there's like one active case in Cottington County right now, and 3 months down the road, there's almost surely going to be more. So this is going to be a fluid situation. Like I said, we're not scientists. We're doing the best we can. We're listening to local doctors, local leadership, state leadership. We're listening to national people, the president. We're doing our best we can to make these decisions, but it is so confusing. This is some of the most uncomfortable times I've ever had to try to know what's right and what's wrong, and should we be meeting and shouldn't we. And we've probably made mistakes where maybe we could have met earlier, and we're doing the best we can. It's a reminder for me to pray for our government leaders, and they're making bigger decisions than I'm making, and I just ask you to do the same. Continue to, we've got people who aren't going to be making our service because they're at risk. Reach out to them, be talking to them, try to stay connected, be praying for each other, stay in the Word. And our online giving will still be available. Do your best to stay connected in this season. I cannot wait to see your guys' faces. I am so excited for this Sunday.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be great. I'm excited too. So, but yeah, just sum a couple things up. If you're high risk and are not comfortable, check out our online services. And if you want to stay home, basically just keep practicing good hygiene. And hopefully we'll see you guys on Sunday.
All right, thank you all.